Hey guys, Josh here, CrossFit Rima. We're talking Monday's workout, and before we do, we want to talk about at-home equipment for like $250 or less, maybe just a little bit more. I don't know, it kind of depends on what size you get. But if you're thinking of 3 things that I would recommend to get at home, to always have at home, to be able to do like extra workout, or if you wanted some stuff for our Rima at home and the coaches could help provide the programming for that, these are my 3 things. We have a kettlebell. And again, any size that would work for you. Always get Rogue. We also have a jump rope. There are $1 million jump ropes, and then there are like $20, $30 jump ropes. I don't really think the $1 million jump ropes are a ton better. They do spin a little faster, but a lot of times they spin so fast that if you're not a really good jump roper, you can't keep up. So that may be an issue. And then another thing is a sandbag. So with the sandbag, not only is it cheap, not only is it very portable, but it doesn't make a sound really when you drop it. You can drop it, and you can pretty much drop it anywhere. So if you don't really have like a garage, or if you're scared to have like a barbell type thing, and you have a sandbag, and you have like a deck, or even the outside, you can drop it and it doesn't annoy the neighbors, and you're not ticking everybody off by doing stuff like that. So let's get to Monday's warm-up. So here's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into my pike position, okay? And I'm gonna reach up to stretch for 1 second, and then I'm gonna come through. I can go to the outside of my arm and come down. I can go to the inside, whichever one feels a little bit better. The inside is more ankle, the outside is more groin, either way. And then again, I'll reach up, and then I'll come through. That time I'll go to the outside, see what it's like. I'll go through 10 of those. Okay guys, now the next piece. I'm gonna get into start to prep for squats, because we have quite a few elevator wall squats coming, but I'm gonna start to prep for that by getting into a closer stance squat than what I normally would, and then I'll get into a much wider stance squat, and then go into that. I'll do a total of 10. So that's 5 close and 5 wide. Okay guys, and then my last piece I'm gonna drop into, how about flutter kicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll do 30 of those. So 10 of the scorpion step throughs, then 10 of my close wide, and then 30 of my flutter kicks. I'll do that for 3 or 4 rounds, whatever your coach might call out. Now, if you check our programming for today, you have an elevator wall squat. So we need a wall, okay? We need a wall of some sort. How about I use my trusty refrigerator right here, a la Ben Smith, if you've ever seen the ancient videos of former CrossFit, I don't remember what year he won the games, Ben Smith, where he would snatch like an inch away from his fridge. I don't know, it's positive punishment, whatever it is, but I need something I can stand up against. Here's the thing with a wall squat. If I can get so close that my legs are touching it, that's probably not how close I want to be. I want to use the wall squat so that I don't dip my chest forward. So I don't need to be like this guy just to show off that he can do things. That's kind of weird. Again, maybe there's a point for that, but this is not what we're doing today. We're doing an elevator wall squat. So I'm gonna get close to the wall just so that it doesn't let me drop my chest forward. That's my first iteration. I haven't done the elevator yet. I just wanted to show you the distance away from the wall. So what I'm trying to encourage, and what you should feel, is a lot more activity about the lower back, because I'm having to be a lot tighter in the midline, having to drive my legs out. And again, if I get too creepy close up to the wall, it doesn't let my knees go where I really want it to, so I don't want to be toes on my wall or toes on my Frigidaire or whatever that is. So again, I get into this position, and I go down, and then I come up. Now the elevator part, there's 3 floors. 3 floors. First floor, second floor, third floor, and then I come up. Clap for that. Okay. Now, my next component that I'm gonna get into is a little bit more of, that's a skill. My next piece is gonna be a little bit of a strength. I'm gonna hold a lunge position. Okay, so I'm gonna get into a split position. We'll call it split, because lunge implies movement. So I get into my split position. I try to get it about 90, so not stretched, but about 90 degrees. I get to the bottom, a couple inches off the ground, and I start meditating. I hold that position, right leg forward. Then I'm gonna immediately go into my shoulder taps, okay? So my shoulder tap's gonna look like this. I get into position, and I stay on just one side. 1, 2, 3, And I start to try to not even touch the ground. Not a big rotation, just enough. So on and so forth. And then I do the same thing on the other side. I do that for 5 total rounds. Okay, guys? Now, my next piece, my last piece, my Metcon for the day is 1 800-meter run. 1 800-meter run. That's it. So I'm looking for something that may take me maybe a little under 4 minutes if I'm really, really fast. Maybe a little bit more, that's totally fine. But I'm looking for a stimulus where I can go all out, one big sprint, and I'm looking for it to be under 5 minutes. 1 800-meter run. My last piece that I'm gonna do after that 800-meter run, I'm gonna get something that I can prop my foot on. I'm gonna do a little bit of a lower limb stretch, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a bench that's totally fine. It would work on just about anything that you get off a chair, couch, a coffee table, whatever you want it to be. But I toss my foot up, and then I'm gonna try to sink beneath it, and then if I could, I'm gonna use it to kind of rock back and forth. I can keep that heel down, and then one thing I'm going to try to do, and this isn't an always, sometimes I may say to go into these iterations, but I really want to keep that navicular arch in my foot, so I'm probably going to be pushing this way. If it completely collapses, you might feel some weird knee stuff, so I'm probably not going to let that happen. I'm going to try to go here, and I'm also not going to do that. That kind of ruins it. I'm going to try to keep the heel down. I'll do probably 2 minutes on each side. Maybe you feel it at the front, maybe you feel it at the back. Both of them are a stretch, and that's totally fine.